Hello Internet, this is BoneCarlos coming to you live with another quote-unquote weapons guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at the staple in the Modern Warfare sniper game with the Barrett 50 cal. Unlike previous iterations though, this gun is unlocked right out of the gate at level 4. A nice change of pace, which usually means you're going to be unlocking this one last. So, since sniper rifles have unique damage multipliers, I'm not gonna tell you how much damage it does. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys know how many bullets it takes to bring down an opponent, depending on where you place that shot. What it is interesting about the Barrett 50 cal is that it is the only semi-automatic sniper rifle that will pretty much bring down an opponent in one shot, no matter where you place it, except the limbs. So arms or legs, you're gonna need 2 shots to bring them down. But otherwise, head, neck, chest, or stomach, you're gonna bring them down just in that one shot. It does have a 10 round ammo capacity, which is pretty much on par with all the other semi-automatics except the RSASS, which has 20. It does have a fairly decent ADS time at exactly 1 second, but it does have a significantly high reload time at just under 4 seconds at exactly 3.92, making it the second slowest reloading sniper rifle in the game, just in front of the L118A. As for the intangibles on this gun, it does have a slightly high recoil, but since you can bring down those enemies in one shot fairly easily, it shouldn't really be a problem, even if you are facing multiple enemies, as long as you're semi decent sniping. The most noticeable thing about the sniper rifle is the sound. I mean, enemies will be able to hear you across the map even if they're using a mono TV. It's just that loud. So be prepared to just to deal with that as it goes. So while using the sniper rifle, the 50 cal, what I found most useful, the class setup that I found most useful for me, quit scoping aside. If you guys want to quit scope, just look up any kind of YouTube video. You'll figure it out fairly quickly. So the proficiency I liked using on the 50 cal was a 2x attachment. Recoil, because you're going to be bringing down those enemies fairly quickly. It's fairly certain that you're going to be bringing them down, so you don't really need that recoil proficiency. Impact is very situational. I find myself just not even really needing it, and since it's such a high damage weapon, 2 shots through cover without impact, it's pretty guaranteed kill. The second proficiency that I might consider using and giving on the information to you guys would be speed, but again, that's very situational and you don't really need it. What I did find using was a 2x attachment. This is the best proficiency to use for the 50 cal, and the attachment that you want to use is always use extended mags. It does have a 10 round clip with extended mags. It brings it up to what, 15 or so, 16, 17, and also using either a heartbeat sensor or a variable optic zoom. Either one, just pick whichever one fits your playstyle more. I tend to lean towards heartbeat sensor, just in case an enemy gets inside that scope and you just need to hear that little ping to give a sense of where the enemy is. The variable optics are fairly decent, awesome to use, but Modern Warfare 3 doesn't have these long range maps like they did in Modern Warfare or Modern Warfare 2, so it's very iffy on when and what map to use those variable optics. For the first perk, I ended up using Blind Eye. You're not going to really need Scavenger. You have plenty of ammo to bring down a good 15 kills if you're really good with this. You're not going to really need Sleight of Hand since you have extended mags on there. You're definitely going to find a spot to be able to reload. So definitely get Blind Eye, keep yourself covered from enemy or support, and just keep yourself hidden. For my second perk, I found myself using Hardline the most. You're not going to really need Quick Draw since you're going to be stationary, covering those sight lines, providing support. So definitely Hardline is fantastic for this weapon. You can use Assassin, but like I said, with the 50 caliber is so loud, it's counterintuitive to use Assassin. And for the third perk, it's obviously going to be Marksman. No other third perk really comes in handy as much as Marksman. I mean, you can use Sit Rep to spot, I guess, a claymore in the distance, but really, other than for the third perk, you really don't need anything else besides Marksman. So that's it for that class. I didn't really find too much variances on this 50 cal. It's pretty simple, straightforward weapon to use. You're going to be covering your covering your teammates, providing support, taking down those enemies, and just making sure no one gets past those long sight lines. Well, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If not, leave a comment down below on what I can make these more enjoyable for you guys. And also, if there's a weapon you want me to cover next, leave a comment down below as well, and I'll go ahead and take it into consideration. First come, first serve usually. But we'll see how it goes. Tune in next week, and while I do the AK-47.